Hello everyone, today we have a nonfiction book about pumpkins, fall pumpkins, and we read a book earlier in this season about fall apples. Well, now it's time to read about fall pumpkins, Orange and Plump. This is by Martha E.H. Rustad and illustrated by Amanda Enright. So pumpkins are another thing people associate with fall, another crop that people associate with fall. This is our table of contents. It tells us which page each topic will be on. Got some sticky pages. Chapter 1, Planting a Pumpkin Patch. It is spring, but I am thinking about fall. Let's grow pumpkins in the garden. We make little hills in the soil. My hands get dirty. We plant 2 or 3 seeds in each hill. Gardeners leave lots of space between hills in a pumpkin patch. Vines can grow as long as 30 feet or 9 meters. So just like apple trees, pumpkins begin in the springtime. Even though they are ready in the fall, you have to get them started in the spring. So they make little mounds of dirt and put some seeds in. We dig moats around the hills. Then we water the seeds. Sunshine warms the wet soil. Later, the seeds crack open. Tiny roots grow down. It says moats around the pumpkin hills help the soil stay wet. Wet soil is good for the seeds. It keeps them from drying out. So here's the little moats around, and here's what's going on inside the little hills. You see that seed is just starting to sprout some roots. With that water and sunshine. 2 weeks pass. Look, I see tiny seedlings. Yeah. Little leaves grow from thin vines. The vines spread out. Curly tendrils grab on to other plants or fences. Pumpkins need long vines to grow. Small tendrils help the vines spread out. Sometimes gardeners guide the vines so they grow in the right direction. So tendrils are like thin vines that kind of creep out because I'm looking for space and a place to grow, because pumpkins need large vines to grow. Chapter 2, Flowers and Pumpkins. Now it's summer. Look, I see yellow flowers on the vines. Male flowers have pollen inside them, and female flowers have a bump. Bzzz. Bees spread pollen from one flower to another. The bump will grow to be a pumpkin. So maybe you've been to a farm in the summertime and you've seen the start of pumpkins. These orange flowers, and you start to see some bumps that will become a pumpkin. They don't look like a pumpkin yet. And they need more time, but that's the start of them. And look we've got our great pollinating bees again. This says, a pumpkin's female flower opens for only 1 day. The flower closes at the end of the day. Wow, interesting. Not a lot of time to get pollinated. Good thing we have those bees. Little green pumpkins begin to grow. I water the plants every week. They start small and grow bigger all summer. Leaves take in warm sunlight. Sunlight becomes food for the growing pumpkin plant. Pumpkins take about 100 days to grow. The biggest pumpkins can gain up to 25 pounds in a day. Yeah, maybe you've seen some of those gigantic pumpkins where a whole pumpkin patch is sort of feeding the leaves from the whole patch are feeding one pumpkin, and the pumpkin gets huge, right? They can get pretty big day by day. All the leaves are working to sort of feed the pumpkin, make it grow bigger and bigger. Finally, it's harvest time, or it is fall, harvest time. Cool air and short days tell the pumpkin to stop growing. Their skin turns orange, the leaves turn yellow. I'm ready to pick one. Most ripe pumpkins are orange, but some kinds are green, white, blue, or red. all pumpkins are green when they first begin to grow. So different varieties of pumpkin will be different colors when they're ripe. I haven't really seen a green one or a red one, but I have seen white ones. I'd like to see all of them, so they can be kind of cool. Chapter 3, using pumpkins. Let's make pumpkin pie. Splash, we wash the pumpkin skin. Chop, we cut up the pumpkin and bake the pieces. We scoop out the soft flesh and make a pie. It smells delicious. Yum. This says, buckskin, small sugar, and winter luxury are the type of pumpkins that taste good in pies. So not every type of pumpkin is a pumpkin pie kind of pumpkin. They only have certain varieties are kind of designed and made to taste good as a pumpkin pie. And some are designed to be good jack-o'-lanterns. Let's carve a pumpkin. We cut open the top, we scoop out the seeds. Pumpkin with a lot of ridges have a lot of seeds inside them. Smooth pumpkins have fewer seeds. Well, that's something to keep in mind. If you are looking to have a lot of seeds in your pumpkin, look for a lot of ridges. We cut out 2 eyes, a nose, and a mouth. Don't forget the candle. Yikes, our jack-o'-lantern looks spooky. That's a favorite fall activity, is to make a jack-o'-lantern. They can have all sorts of different faces. You can get really creative making one. I saved some of the pumpkin seeds. I will plant them next spring. I will think about my pumpkin patch all winter long. How big will my pumpkins grow next year? Atlantic Giant and Big Mac's pumpkins grow really big. The heaviest pumpkin ever weighed 1,725 pounds. That's about as heavy as a cow. Wow. And each year, I think the record keeps getting broken. The people keep growing bigger and bigger pumpkins. It's amazing. I've got to see one. Right here in Minnesota, somebody grew the biggest one. Here is a recipe for roasted pumpkin seeds, which are quite delicious. Here's our glossary of terms used in the book. Here's some books and websites you can read or visit to learn more about pumpkins. And here's our index. It tells us which page a specific topic is on. Well, I always like learning more about the things that I love most. And one of the things I love most is pumpkins. So I hope you also learned something new and interesting and get to enjoy pumpkins this fall. Thanks and have a terrific day. See you soon.